Hello. All good? Going well? I'll tell you an interesting story. The other day, we were in a group and someone said, what's this big fuss about all of this organic shit? And SHIT. So, yeah. And then I told her that if we don't make a big fuss about organic and plastic free right now, she will be in deep SHIT very soon. I wish I could give her the choice. I could say that, yes, it is your choice, go organic or non-organic, or I could give myself the choice. But honestly, is there a choice? There isn't, because it's no longer about choice anymore. It's about compulsion. See what's happening every time we are breathing, we are eating, we are drinking, we are ingesting plastic. So plastic is everywhere, in the air, in our homes, on our table. So some of the plastic we can see, and some of the plastic that's more nefarious. Some of the plastic, very, the little microplastics that we cannot see. So every time we are washing clothes, we are eating vegetables, for instance, wrapped with plastic, we are ingesting microplastics. And what happens is, when we are washing clothes, when we are discarding the PET bottles into water, so these things are entering, polluting our environment, vitiating our flora and fauna, polluting our water bodies. They are also, not only, they are just not confined to water bodies. What's happening is they are traveling up the food chain. So it's the planktons and the small organism, then eaten by the small fish. Small fish gets eaten by big fish, and the big fish and all the produce, all the seafood lands up on our table. So that's how we are eating, breathing, drinking plastic. Plastic is in our sea salt, plastic is in our beer, plastic is in honey, and not only on our plates, but also our children's plates. So no, I don't want to, I wish I could make things sound nicer. I don't want to scare you. I'm not here for scaremongering, but you know what? This is the true picture, because I have been doing a lot of research ever since, I have always been into handmade and from the farm to the table, those kind of things. And my conviction, my faith in these things is becoming stronger by the day. And I am investigating a lot into these kind of, plastic pollution, into waste, and how we can recycle waste, how we can minimize what ends up in the landfill. So I am doing all of that. So you would ask me, Samita, how do we manage the evil of plastic? It's not easy because, as I said, plastic is everywhere. So as I'm talking to you on a computer, or if I'm using my mobile phone, I'm actually using plastic. Can I say that I have completely eradicated plastic from my life? Not quite. I'm trying. But you can minimize the use of plastic and thereby, mitigate the evils of plastic, and recycle, reuse, as I say over and over again. So how can you do? First of all, what is it? All of these, the jargon about microplastics, plastic pollution, etc., etc. So I'll be decoding quite a lot of that in my next video on Learn with Samita. So I'll take you through some very scary, actually, some very interesting statistics, and talk a little more about, in a layperson's language, people like you and me, how do we understand the evil of visible plastic and invisible plastic, and what do we do to be able to minimize the evils that arise from the use of plastic. And there's a lot of research going on. There's a correlation between the use of plastic, and it has, like, I don't want to talk, I'm not a specialist, but it has a negative impact. It affects our health adversely, and mental and physical health. So being married to a health professional for donkey's years, I'm a quack myself. I know a little bit about health. So yes, plastic does, especially things like water bottles and PET bottles, they release toxins. So it does have a negative impact on our health. So I would be covering quite a bit of that and giving you some solutions in my forthcoming video on Learn with Sumita. And thank you so much. Learn with Sumita is going really well. I'm happy about that. And the second thing, I'll keep an eye on time also. I don't want to take a lot of your time and my time. So the next thing, the next good news early in the year is that I have been selected to speak for the third year in a row at the Design Edge Festival. This is the 18th Design Edge Festival, which is organized by TCFWA, which is Textile Clothing Footwear, Western Australia, run by the brilliant, the one and only Carol Hanlon. So I have been selected to be a speaker again, third year in a row, and I'd be talking about topics. I'll be focusing on topics like sustainability, circular economy. So many of you have been joining me in the past 2 years, and you come up with very interesting questions. So I'll give you the time and the date. It'll come a little later. And do feel free to join and, have a list of questions for me ready. It'll be probably sometime around middle of the year, April, May. This is quite major. It's a big event that runs for about a month, I think. Lots of good speakers other than myself. So that's my second big news to share with you today. Now, many of you have told me, Sumita, how can we physically buy Dida products? Unless, of course, you can visit one of our stockists who are all over Australia, New Zealand, and elsewhere. So you've told me that we know we can buy virtually from Dida website, but where can we actually touch and feel, see, explore, and buy physically all of your Dida products, your Dida range? So I'll give you a piece of good news. I have started selling. We are being stocked now at Piccadilly General Store, which is in Newtown, Geelong. Geelong is just very close to Melbourne, and it's, I think, the biggest town in Victoria after Melbourne. And if you happen to be in Geelong, you can just visit Piccadilly Store and Piccadilly General Store and say hello to the wonderful Janina. So Janina runs this shop with a lot of passion. She stocks from Australian designers and makers. So it's about a small business stocking small Australian makers and designers. So obviously goes without saying, a lot of interesting products. So if you are in Geelong, make it a point to visit Piccadilly General Store, see and explore the Dida range, and buy a couple of Dida products or someone else's products. I have no issues with that. And say hello to, make friends with Janina. She's really running a very interesting enterprise, and you'll be shopping small, you'll be supporting small business. And Janina has let me into a little secret. She's told me that, the precinct where the shop is, the location, it's full of interesting shops, art galleries, cafeterias, and things like that. So if you happen to be in Geelong, just pop in and say hello. If you are not in Geelong, then you make an excursion, an outing, go out for a day and spend some time in Geelong. It's one of my favorite places. It's got a wonderful art gallery, a beautiful seafront, and then you have Janina and the Piccadilly store. So because for me it's very difficult to physically run a store. I have so much on my plate. I have Dida, I have learned with Sumita, and I'm also working on a third business. Lips are sealed. All will be revealed by, say, middle of this year. So I'm like a headless chook running around, barely any time on hand to be able to physically sell it to you. I'd love to do it. I've done it in my previous births, like years ago. But right now, I have so many commitments, and I'm glad there are people like Janina who've kind of, given me and my clients the opportunity to actually visit, go walk into a store and buy a Dida product. And if you're buying from the web shop, shipping is free. As you know, international shipping is free, $20 flat fee for national shipping. Domestic shipping is free, $20 flat fee for international shipping. Complimentary gift wrapping, afterpay. So we've got the works, we've got everything sorted for you. And we are getting quite a bit of traffic to Dida Eco Gifts online. We have already there's a tab which now says you must have started looking for Easter gifts. So there's a tab on the storefront that says Easter gifts. So over the weekend, we have sorted. So we have classified what is it that you can buy as Easter gifts. So I have made life easy for you. You don't have to look around, shop around. Just go and click on the tab and you'd see a pop down and you'll see a wide range, a variety of toys, bunnies, gift boxes, reusable bags, kitchen products, home products, everything is under that tab which says Easter gifts. So you don't have to look around very much, not spend your time. Just shop and we'll send it out to you. Or to if you have a designated address, we can gift wrap your Easter gifts, send it to your designated address, add your customized Easter message. So all of that would be available to you for the next couple of months. Exciting things, and hopefully I'll add more stock. Shipping and customs being kind to me and to you. I will be adding more stock before Easter. So if you are a wholesale client or a retail client, look out for surprises. Keep your eyes peeled on the Dida Facebook page, or we are also live on YouTube simultaneously. Send me a DM. You have a question, need some help, Dida and Samita and Dida's team, we are always there to help you. So this is Samita signing off. Pretty much I have spent my 15 minutes or so, and I would like to sign off. Thank you so much for joining. Once again, Dida Rati, this is Samita. Have a wonderful Sunday. Till next week. Bye for now.